Hello, folks. Hope everybody's having a good day today. There's a lot of weather patterns out there going on, a lot of wind, a lot of snow, a lot of blizzards, everything else going on. So hopefully you're not caught in that. I do have a $500 box of quarters here. Crossing fingers, it'd be nice to do a one box hunt. I'm pretty sure it might flow over into a two box hunt as normal, but we do have all circulated coins. Looks really good. That's a 1965, pretty coated up. Looks like it's been sitting in oil for a while. Nice little bicentennial on top there. But there's going to be a lot to look for in these quarters also. I'm definitely going to be looking for W quarters. I don't see anything on the ender for W showing. But basically, this is going to be a 2020 here. The 2020s and the 2019s are going to have a W on there instead of a PD or S on there. So you want to make sure to look for those. You want to make sure to hold on to those. There is quite a few varieties as for the 2019s, 2020s, but there was only 2 million minted of the W quarters. So 2 million of each design minted. So make sure you hold on to them. But also too, like these, the bicentennial quarters here, definitely want to make sure to look for a DDO that's on top of there. The Liberty would be doubled across. A lot of stuff to look for in here. So let me go ahead and jump on in. Crossing fingers, we get some more silver because we do have one silver quarter sitting in the bottom of the jar there that we got on the 2nd of January, which was our first silver to add in there. So let's jump in and see what we get. We are on roll number 4 out of the box here, and we did it. So literally don't have anything set up but 2 bicentennial quarters there. But we've got a W quarter, and it actually looks like it's a misaligned die. It's a little thicker on this side than it is on this side. But it's going to be a 2019 because you see right here in front of the, below the U and above the L, there's supposed to be a V75 privy there for the 2020s. But it's actually in pretty good condition on this side. So we do have a W quarter. As you see, the more metal on the right side than it is the left. But what do we get? Missions. Yeah, this is a really tough one for me. This would be like the 3rd one I've ever found. The mission's really tough for me to find. But we've got a W quarter. That's exciting because, like I say, that right there makes the whole hunt for sure. Let's keep moving. Cruising along. So we got 7 rolls. I got the actual other roll in my hand right now. I've got a bunch of, a ton of bicentennials, which is probably the most I've ever had in a box. But the variety years as per se. And then moved over here to the Maria Tall Chief, which I haven't had a single, uncirculated roll or a box or any of these. So this is only probably the 5th or 6th one I've pulled out of a quarter box. And as you see, I've almost threw a $500 box, and these are only 2 I've pulled out of there. Now this one here, I'll show you here in a second, really nice. And then the 2 possible upgraders there. But the reason why I bring you in, because it looks like we've got what looks to be a silver edge there. Let's see what this is. Okay, we're gonna have looks like Canadian. Yep, 1974. I don't know if that's silver or not. It's probably gonna be a date that's gonna be pre for the silver on there. Let me look this up and I will get right back with you. Okay, I checked it out. So it's going to be all nickel. It is a little light, but does have a silver edge to it. It's the first one in a while, especially for Canadian quarter that I've ever found. So 1974, 4 on the board. Knocked out this box of quarters, and I already went through and checked all the bicentennials and varieties. Didn't have really much. This one right here, this will be a 2005 Philadelphia, and as you see right there in God We Trust, the G, O, and the T is kind of missing. They do have an In God We Rust quarter. It's pretty much almost gone. You can see how these are raised a lot more than this is here. So it would be in D We Rust. But anyhow, so I think that's an In God We Rust. Pretty beat up. I do have several of these already. Just wanted to bring it in, show y'all. But I'm going to feed that one back to the bag. And then this one here, this is a 1972 D. Now 1972D, if you flip it over, you look to the beak of the bird there, the beak of the eagle there, you see what looks like it's different raised fields on there. So I want to say this one here, because you look for the 83. The 1983 Philadelphia, it will have a little, as they say, a die crack, but it's basically is basically a die clash. You see that right there. And then if you move it on down here to the wings area, you could definitely see the clashing coming in right here heavy. There's a little more in between the leaves, between here, move over here to this other side, heavy here, a little more heavy there. So a lot of die clashing going on in between these leaves here. So definitely got a 1972D die clash for sure. So I was looking around the wings, didn't see much more up there. But yeah, that's a pretty heavier one, and especially of a Denver mint mark, which, like I say, pretty beat in, but it's a nice little find all in all. So I'm going to hold it off to the side as a find, and then our 3 possible upgraders. Let me go ahead and get the secondary box, and I'll bring you right back in. Box number 2, and it is circulated. I'm going to go ahead and jump right on in. I'm on roll number 3 in the second box. Nothing set out here. And I say roll number 3. That looks silver. That looks like the good silver we're looking for. Let's see if I can pick it out of there. Yeah, that's going to be a Philadelphia. Let's see what the year is. 1943. All right. We got ourselves a silver. 90%er, 1943. We'll take that. So we got 19 rolls left here in the box. I do got quite a few more of the bicentennial set out, more of the variety years here. We did pull out a gold quarter. It's really worn in. It's probably been in circulation for quite some time. You see it 84D. So I did set up a few more possible upgraders here, but this is actually the first. This is a S, an NIFC. It's a really good condition. Crazy thing is, it's a new 2020. Majority of the time when I get an S NIFC in, it's basically from 2014 on down. So this being a 2020 S, this is the first time I've hit one of these before, but it is an S, and that will probably upgrade in the album for sure. So that one's going to go up there right along with the silver and the W, the Canadian. Nice. Let's keep moving. Well, we got, I want to say, 15 rolls left, just give or take. Quite a few more varieties set up here. Still everything. Probably added a couple more into the bicentennial there and to the varieties, but my go-to guy is basically going to Dirty Water Coins and Collectibles. Really good guy, really knowledgeable, loves doing the errors and varieties and stuff. So I've got you one. The reeded edge is there. It's actually a fill spot there that's on the coin, backside of the head. You can see, like I said, the reeded edge is there all the way around. But that, I'm not sure what that is. So that is a very interesting quarter for sure. Definitely some grease struck through. But what is that? Is that like a brockage? It's not a bubble. It's got extra metal just filed on top of it. But let me know what you think, Dirty Water. Cool. Box number 2 was knocked out. Box number 2 is a good box also. So I did go ahead and go through all the bicentennials, all the varieties that I had set up here, everything. I also even looked up in the album to see if we had any upgraders, and we do. But I'm going to go ahead and run through these first 3 here to show you what we've got on here. This is a 2015 Philadelphia Homestead quarter. So if you have a scope, you definitely need a scope for a lot of these varieties, a lot of these errors that's on here. But if you're going to look, sometimes you can see either a double pump handle, double windows. You come over here to the right side of the coin, you can see a bunch of die chips that might be inside of here. You're going to be looking for snow on the roof, which is a lot of little bitty die chips that scatter up and down the roof side on both sides. Or if you actually, there's some in the window right there. There's die chips across the window. So I didn't see that. And then there's one itty bitty one right there. What would be snow on the roof, as they claim. But this one here, it has a little die chip that's right here on the bottom of the bucket. Now, this would be called the leaky bucket. You can also have a nice sized die chip that touches the base of the well here all the way up to the bucket itself, or at the bottom of the well head itself. And as I say, you can look through and there'll be doubling in the windows, doubling in the pump panels. We didn't have that one. Like I say, we got some snow actually on the window, a little bit what would be on the roof. You can see where it was wanting to materialize and actually stack up a little more. Same thing on this side right here where all this looks like it's cracking, but that would be possibly where some of these die chips can kind of lay in. So nice little find there. 2015 Homestead. Move on over here to, this was a kind of a nicer 1983D. The reverse almost looked like it was proof, but on the, this is just an example coin basically. This looked good actually for a die deterioration, because you can see the way the D is actually stamped on top and everything else around it was smushed out. Same thing with this E here. Smushed all the way around. The S is the same way. See where the S is stamped on the inside is smushed. Same things with your T's. The U is kind of cool because you can see the U's on the left side there stamped on top, but then on the right side here it's smushed out. Same thing with the L. This is definitely gonna be some die deterioration on here. S there. See the O, F. Come back around here. You can see the M. ER, so forth, so on. So nice die deterioration on the back of this. A nice looking 1983D on top of that. Now, get you down here. Now this one's a 2021 Philadelphia. This is going to be the crossing to Delaware, as you see. You want to look for in the top side of the hat there on the reverse. Top side of the hat might have a nice little die chip. It'd actually be a die chip that's inside of the hat on either sides, or a nice huge die chip because basically from the tip of the hat all the way to this tip of the hat, and it covers up that E, almost touches the P. This one here is a little interesting because it's actually on top of the hat and not on the inside. So you got what looks like to be a little bitty start of a die crack going through there, but definitely a little die chip set up in there. I don't think I did too much moving around. You can have a doubled sword. I haven't seen too many of the doubled swords. So yeah, we do got a little bit of die chip right there. So I'm gonna hold off on it. I don't think I've got too terribly many of those. And then we move on over to that gold quarter that I pulled. We also pulled that 1979, I don't know what. It's like I say, it's still a really cool looking quarter, but it's definitely a clump of excess metal there. Could have been a little gas pocket there on top of it. Really interesting. And the reverse is kind of the same way. It's got that grease strike through, or grease. Heavy grease. I mean, really heavy. And then that right there looks a little awkward too. Like it's probably a little more metal stacked up on top of it. Wonder if it was like a die clash kind of inside of the grease there. But yeah, that's a huge chunk there. That's really crazy. Something I haven't pulled. But let me know what you think about that one for sure. I definitely want to know some comments. And if y'all got any information, maybe a web page or a booklet or whatnot that might show some information on that, let me know. And we did get our 1943 silver 90% quarter, which is really nice to find in the hunts, because last year I want to say I only found like 5, maybe 6 quarters last year, silver quarters total. Then we had our 1974 foreign. We move on over here. This is going to be the 2001 Philadelphia, and I did upgrade it. So this one was a little hazy, it's got a little frosting on it, stuff like that. I really like the more lit up, glossy shimmer to my quarters, so I'm trying to put those in there, upgrade. So that's going to be an upgrade. This here was at 1972. What would be a die clash would be a spitting eagle, as you see. It's a little bitty crack coming out of the mouth there, or out of the beak, but definitely a huge die clash on this one here. We did have our 2020S NIFC, not intended for circulation, so these are for collector purposes. You know, you can get these graded, but all in all, whenever you pull them out of the rolls, definitely want to pop them in a sleeve or a case or something like that to keep them in. Then we have our 2019 W quarter, which I'm really excited to get the W quarter, especially for San Antonio. There's not very many of these in my books. I want to say, let's see, this is going to be the 2020 Ws I have stacked up in the album. And then to move on over here, you got the 2019 W. Same thing with these Ws going down through here. But we will load that one up into the W book. We will have a upgrader into the album, and we will have a spot filler for the album too. So all in all, a really good hunt. Really two box hunt was awesome. Crossing fingers I can get downtown a little further and get some more boxes, because they have been really on fire. A lot of pulls, a lot of varieties, a lot of errors. But anyhow, I hope y'all liked the video. Hope y'all make sure y'all subscribe. I'm almost at that 1,000 subscriber mark, so it'd be nice to hit that and get things underway. I do have all my 4,000 hours already loaded up, so we can get monetized and we can start moving the channel a little bit further forward. And please give it a thumbs up, and y'all have a fantastic day.